Alright, hey, what is up, Dead Frontier community and the rest of my fish friends? I am going to be killing some bandits and just talking about the Dead Frontier community in general. So this one video right here, I'm gonna probably be talking more about the Dead Frontier community than the bandits themselves. So I'm gonna be straightforward. Like I can get really irritated with the Dead Frontier community sometimes, but I don't know, it kind of keeps the game alive. This game is like strictly pay to win. The raid kit, this weapon I'm using right here, it's like a $200 gun. I mean, there's been a lot of implementation in the game that's made the game less pay to win, and where you can actually like earn stuff yourself. But for the most part, this game is very pay to win, and many people, hold up. We gotta, ooh, grenades, that's not nice. Yeah, most of the community is just, I don't know, they seem hypocritical, in my opinion. I'm gonna just hide behind the wall. Just shoot. Yeah, so a lot of the community seems very hypocritical when it comes to things. There's a lot of people that talk about things and then they turn their opinions inside out later on. They don't have the same mindset that they did a week ago or 2 weeks ago. Like I can say like this is discrimination. It's not good. It's not like I can say discrimination is bad, and then like a week later they'll be like, oh well, discrimination is a good thing as long as you do it the right way. Like everything I'm talking with half the Dead Frontier community seems like it's all coming from like leftist, like very left-wing, like high-end political groups. Like just straight up people who are in shit half the time. It's very sad. Like I try to explain things logically, and they don't like it. So one of the arguments and discussions is the idea of level 325s. So there's a competition, top survivor. The max level players get the max level gear, right? They get the top level gear, which is the reward for beating the game, essentially. You got the highest level in the game. You deserve the best gear, right? So they have an extremely high unfair advantage for being level 325, and they're still able to compete in the top survivors. And the top survivor competition, while not necessarily like unfair in its basis for having 325s compete, because like obviously you want to be the best, you want to show off and whatnot, but the idea is that the player with the highest experience earned that week gets rewards to the top gear, right? So it doesn't matter if they're already level 325 and they have access to it, they will still get like the rewards. And if they have access to it already, then they just screw somebody else over getting access to the rewards that isn't level 325. And reaching level 325 takes years upon years to get, or it takes like just a few days in an event where they give like triple EXP, and all you gotta do is play for 24 hours a day, 15 days a week until the end of the event, and then you can get 325. Like that's normal, that's average. Very silly and stupid discussions going on here. A lot of silly people trying to say things like, oh, you could just like not work for 3 years and then you just get level 325. Like it's really ridiculous. But here's one of the arguments I had. There's a X-Dusk implant that gives +8 damage, +8 experience. And then you also get several implant slots for being 325 over, like, let's say 215 or so. So being level 325 will put you at a major advantage to win the competition over everybody else. And the argument is you just grind more. Just play more than the other guy and you'll win. It doesn't matter if you're playing for like 90 hours and the other guy played only for 40, you should have played for more time. All you had to do was just put in more time. Put in more time, dude. You put in 160 hours a week, should have put 168. Like, oh, just get better gear. Just get better gear, that's all. Just get better gear or just grind more. Like, I mean, the thing is like, there's a limit. You can buy better gear by, like, using your credit card and earning it, or you can buy better gear and, like, just earn it by looting and playing the game. But you can't buy the gear that is at level 325. You cannot do anything to change the fact that the implant that's giving like a solid like 15-16% experience increase, you can't do anything to change the fact that that's off limits to you because you're not level 325. And so, like, my point is, I'm like rambling at this point, but my point is that the players that are 325, they already have access to the gear. They already have access to the gear. They should not be able to compete with other players that do not have access to that gear. It's silly. It's foolish. Then we were talking about like players wanting a change in the price of gold membership. We were talking about how US, like, Americans should only pay like $8. So wait, I'm making it sound bad. Americans pay $8, $8 US, and other nations pay the same price. They have to pay $8 US, right? And so they can't get around that. They can't, because like they have to pay $8 US. They have to pay the exchange rates and whatnot. And there's no discrimination in the current system. There was a lot of talk about how the system should change to where other countries should be able to pay for gold membership cheaper than the U.S. and cheaper than Americans, because they have less access to disposable income of that much. Like, they don't have that much money compared to us Americans who have much more money or valuable currency than them. So like, we should make it fairer by lowering the price for them to pay for it than we pay for it. And what did I say? I said, fuck that shit. Why would we have to pay more? Why would we have to pay more than you guys just because your country's currency is worth a lot less than ours? That's the benefit of being American. People ain't just gonna cater to you and just give you free money or lower the prices of everything just because you're from the Philippines or this or that, and your money is worth nothing and our money is worth all this fucking like euros and shit. It's worth almost the same as a euro. Like that would be arguing that like people with the euro, like all currencies should be made equal, and the countries that are more poor than others, the countries that are poorer than others should not have to like struggle or anything. Like, they can just print as much money as they want and their money doesn't devalue or depreciate, because why not? Like, why would you lose value on your money? You can just print as much as you want and the value of your money doesn't ever go down, because fuck it. Like, no, it's silly. Your country lost its value in currency because it overprinted money because it was in too much debt or whatever. Whatever caused your country's currency to be worth less than our currency is why your currency is worth less than our currency. Like, that's an issue with you and your government, you and your country, not you, or not our country currency and the value that is put on it, right? So it just seems like a very silly argument. Very hypocritical people in this community quite often at times. Arguments that I make always come off as rash or just silly. It's like, I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm an idiot, blah blah blah. Like, it's mob mentality in this game when it comes to a lot of people, because they don't they don't let me speak, essentially. Like, they don't let me explain what I'm saying, and if they do, they'll just interrupt me. I was explaining, so this is a fact. The X-Dusk Enforcer is better than the crossbow when it has 72% damage boost for looting exclusively outside of the wastelands. And the reason why is because the faster you shoot and the more ammo the faster you can shoot, the more ammo you can shoot, and be able to clear a room out, the faster or the better it is for looting. Like, you are absolutely the best player if you can one-shot everything, right? And that's fact. It may not be enjoyable, but like statistically, it's the best. There's nothing better than one-shotting everything. If I have a Wraith Cannon that's shooting at maximum firing speed and it's doing maximum damage, it is the best gun in the game. So my argument was the X-Dusk Enforcer could shoot at 2 bullets a second, has a 20-round clip, and with enough damage boost, it can one-shot everything. Same with the Dawn Enforcer. Although you do need drugs, you do need all these like boosts and everything to make even the Dawn Enforcer one-shot everything. So statistically, like, it's just not possible, right? It's not possible. But with enough boost and whatnot, like with enough damage, if you're if you're putting in enough effort to get to that point, you can make it the best gun in the game. There's no arguing it. Because why? Because it one-shots everything. Does the crossbow one-shot everything without any boost? Yes. Is the crossbow an insanely good boost or insanely good gun for the poor man that can't afford anything? Yes. But if you're the super rich guy who has everything in the game, the X-Dusk Enforcer can outshine it. The Dawn Enforcer can outshine it. The only thing at this point, like with the Dawn Enforcer and whatnot, is it just gives a little bit extra damage. Like, the Dawn weapons are pretty bad. But let's go back on the ranch to the community and the way like we're discussing things, because this leads into my next discussion. The Dawn weapons I was talking about, they're pretty bad. They're bad. So the X-Dusk gear is actually worse than most of the craftable seasonal gear. Like the Bloody Machete is better than the Dawn Blade. The Dawn Mag is kind of meh, almost just it's like on par with the Hair Razor, let alone any future releases. There's a whole ton of like gear that's gonna replace it very, very soon. I am lagging. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I am. Hopefully we can finish these bandits off. But what I was saying is the Dawn gear is you gotta kill all these bandits all the time, farm them, get experimental parts. These parts are worth, like, they were worth 200k because like they were really low. Merchants bought them up, so they're back up to 3 million. But it's pointless. You need 10 parts. You need 10 parts. Then you need a blueprint that's pretty damn rare in the inner city. Then you need to craft it for like 8 million. And congratulations, you finally got your Dawn weapon. Guess what? Your Dawn weapon is literally your X-Dusk weapon with a minor damage buff. That's it. It's very, very weak. The level of damage that the Dawn weapons are doing means like these weapons should have, like the X-Dusk weapons should have been buffed to this. You shouldn't have made us run through hoops to be able to get this fucking buff. Like the buff is just so minuscule and weak that it doesn't warrant all this extra effort. All this extra effort and work and everything that's put into getting these like Dawn weapons, they should have given a better buff. The Dawn weapons are supposed to be the next tier of Dusk. They're supposed to be permanently the best guns in the game, essentially. Well, not permanently, but like, let's say like a couple years at least. They're not even the best guns in the game. Like, they're not even the best weapons in the game at this point. Like, they're very, very close to like the new season, like the old seasonal gear. Like an item from 2019 is better than the fucking shit, which is sad. It's sad. We're putting in all this effort to get our Dawn weapons, and we're out here just dealing with the fact that the Dawn weapons suck. They're the best guns in the game for like a day, and then they get nerfed, and then they get nerfed, and then they get nerfed, and now they're trash. The Dawn Carbine had good damage, and it was the best gun in the game, right? And people started complaining in PvP, and the next thing you know, like that's all people do is they just complain. They can't be happy. Like, look, I have the X-Dusk Enforcer. I put in all this effort. I'm level 325. I beat the game. I got the best gear. I got the best shit I need. I'm gonna fucking be happy that I'm getting the best gun in the game, right? No, they complain. Oh, it's too overpowered. Like, oh my god, they're one-shotting us. What? Like, yeah, that's fine. Let them fucking do the damage. Let them enjoy themselves. They have the best gear in the game. You don't. What should you do? Get the best gear in the game. Get the it's supposed to be the best. You can only get it at level 325. You can only get it through level 325, then crafting it with a blueprint, with a fucking bunch of experimental parts, and then like a ton of money as well. Like the money itself is not cheap, and people are out here like crying like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this much damage. Make it weaker than the X-Garand. No, this is like the next generation of gear, of dusk gear, mind you. Let alone, like, let's say the next release of a Halloween weapon is gonna do more damage than this. Like, it really should not. The X dusk gear should be the best gear in the game. The dusk gear should be the best gear in the game. The dawn gear should be the best gear in the game. Like, these are all like the argument I'm making is like the top level gear, the elite status gear, is always the best gear in the game, right? Dusk gear was only achievable through winning the top survivor competition. Then they made it the maximum level of 200, you get dusk gear. Then they made it where you get X dusk, and then they made it where you get dawn gear. But the thing is you need to get like extremely difficult to achieve experience heights, and people are downplaying it because, oh, look at me, I paid $500 for an unlimited wraith cannon and I got all this XP. Like, the truth is like these people have no life, or they're fools and they wasted their entire credit card monthly savings on a flash game, and they're being held to the standard of everybody else. No, they should. Like the idea that you can grind all this experience with a wraith cannon, like this shit right here. Look at it, this gun right here. Just because this is the best gun in the game, and I could have unlimited ammo on it, doesn't mean it should be the standard. It should not be the standard. Players that don't have this gun get experience way less than me, and their achievements are downplayed, and they get these X-Dusk items that they spent their whole lives farming for, from like fucking 10 years old. You're like 22 years old at this point, or let's say you were like 15 when you started playing, and now you're like 25, 30, whatever. You spend a long time farming experience for this, and all of a sudden now this gear is out, and it's trash. You have trash gear. Sorry, the seasonal Halloween gear is better. The bloody machete is better. The Vulcan is better than your Dawn mag at this point. It's not the Vulcan. That's silly. The Hair Razor is just as good as your Dawn mag. The X-Garand is better than your Dawn Carbine. The X Python is better than your Dawn Enforcer. It's really silly. It's really silly. I know for a fact that these Dawn weapons are overpriced right now, and if they don't get buffs, the price is going to drop tremendously because they're just terrible. But at the same time, people are still paying 60, 80 million in-game cash. That's like $100 in real life if you pay 80 million, or it was. Now it's more like 60 because people lowered the prices. Anyways, I think I'm gonna cut the video there. I think I've done enough like banter, I guess, discussion. What do you guys think of this? Like, I want to hear thoughts and suggestions in the comments of what you guys are thinking of this. If you like the video, like it, subscribe to the channel. I don't usually make like rant videos like this where I talk about things, but when I do, I try to keep it like civil and not like cursing up a storm and whatnot. You know, it's I don't know. I know this is a completely different change in the type of videos I usually make, but I would enjoy to hear your thoughts and whatnot. Alright, I'm gonna end the video there. Thank you for watching. And I forgot to take off all these things on the side.